Woohoo! Yeah, I would have to agree with CoStar. CoStar says if it feels wrong, it probably is. I also have to agree with Pisces. Generally, when we have a feeling something is going to happen, it does. It does. Oh, check out the community page. Seems like New Mexico no longer has to go to Dr. Hawk to and spit on that thing. Looks like there's deluges in New Mexico. That's interesting. That's interesting. They go from the drought to the deluge. Crazy, huh? Oh well. It's all getting a little crazy, I would say. So, shout out to you ladies. I mean, you said that God's wrath would be bringing the storms, and pretty much, yeah. Yup. That's fine. That's fine. Not much we can do about that. I mean, y'all been telling them for months that God would be showing up and abusing his power. He'd be abusing his power with the weather. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about what God does to you with storms. It's just what it is. Just what it is. I have noticed that I've lost a lot of views, so I guess that's a good thing. I guess the light has caused a lot of roaches to scatter. So now, hey, we can get started. Look at that. Look at that. That's what it is. And that's probably one of the biggest things about taking the path of truth seeking is that people don't give it. They've got too many secrets to give a shit about you trying to find the truth. And it's what it is. You're talking about zombie people living in their zombie realities, brainwashed sheeple, and that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but when you get death cult activity around my business, and it's what it is. I mean, you've already called it out as the Capricorn. The thing is those people, they have to have money. So if they're revolving around manifest money out of thin air, and it's celebrity. It's the celebrity aspect. And I'm sure they are shocked. However, you know, them being in fear and whatever the situation is, I can't worry with that. I can't worry with what celebrities are trying to do, destiny swapping. I mean, the tarot says it ends with the sun, and I agree. I do not give consent for these individuals to harvest my energy. And if they're trying to sacrifice an earth angel, by all means, where is this earth angel? I want to buy them some coffee. They sound indestructible. Just what it is. I can't do anything about immortality on your planet. However, I mean, that's the whole point of strike me down and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. And that's what you have to ask these individuals. When they can't believe that their unalive magic didn't work, make them prove that it didn't. Oh, that's too difficult. That's too difficult because it exposes too much corruption, exposes too many secrets. That's the whole thing about all of this, is it's backwards, right? There's a double standard. See, they have to control you with fear of breaking these laws that they don't follow. They don't follow any of them. Last time I checked, sacrificing animals was cruelty. But see, that's okay because generally they're doing it in groups. It's kind of like, it's not like what's her name? C.K. Rowling wasn't trying to tell you in the Harry Potter series. That was the whole thing about the Harry Potter series. She was an INFJ. Muggles, that represents sheeple. I mean, it's the same thing. And I mean, you got to think, Alan Watts talked about awakening, and he passed away in the 70s. Dolores Cannon talked about it, up until she passed away in 2016. Some of her last talks on New Earth material were, you have to get started now. The Earth doesn't want you to go with it. However, these greedy individuals, they know that they took this blood oath or whatever, thinking it was an easy target to go up against an earth angel and sacrifice to whatever deity y'all are talking about. I can tell you about the experience with that Dominator spell. I can tell you all about that. I can certainly tell you all about people possessed by the jinn. When these readers tell you about that gift of sacred sight that the INFJ seer of souls possesses, and that's the thing, you take these words that I give you, you can go and Google them, and there's all kinds of research. If Pisces is such a concern to these individuals, it's just what it is. It comes with the territory. But that's my question. Do all the tarot readers run into this problem, or just the healer that they targeted because they want that individual's destiny? The devil cannot rob an empty house of the rising sun. However, that is the next new level, new devils we're going to run into, is if people haven't raised their vibration. Right? If once the devil realizes, once that demonic energy realizes that it can't do anything to me, being divinely protected, well, then it's just going to attack everything around me that's not divinely protected. Hey, and the race is on. Be it my business, my clients, my family, it's what it is. And there's only so much you can do to protect them when the system is designed for profoundly sick people. It's a backward society. Everything that they tell you is good, is bad, and then they raise you that way. Oh man, that's bad. They tell you that. They tell you the good things are bad. It's just what it is. Anyway, I would expect there being a lot of good official, bad official issues. Because now these people are starting to understand that they're in a battle for their livelihoods. They're in a battle for their lives. They're the things that they cherished for harmony and balance and peace are now in jeopardy. Okay, great. When these readers talk about spirit has blocked me, well, yeah, that's to get all the demons out of the way. How am I going to go for you? Think about that. Yeah, think about, back door Clyde and front door Bonnie, right? And that's what they want. That's what they want to sabotage Pisces. They want me all in my head, right? So I have a client in hypnosis, and then you got one of these weirdos driving past the house all the time. See a client there? Oh, let's honk the horn. Let's go drop voodoo in the front yard. Set off the ring cam. Try a home invasion. That's what it is. Now that they know that they've all been watched. And it's what it is there's levels to this, like an onion. Right? It's not just the bottom feeders. I mean, you got readers talking about the entire Galactic Federation. Well, cool. Has the Galactic Federation, has the Council of 12, has the Quo Chronicles, have they been watching the devil who slides in subliminal messages in the hypnosis and then gets mad at me when I'm calling out frequencies I don't trust and does a public apology? That's where all of this came to play. Wasn't even talking about that guy, but they harvest off my channel so much. You say something about someone else and then they wear that shoe. They take what resonates. They didn't leave the rest for someone else. They took what resonated with what they were doing and then give you some kind of public apology. Oh, we understand, Mr. Devil. We understand your illusions. It was just a mistake. They're not going to see what I see, because I was talking about someone else, and then they put those shoes on. Right? And then that's where the destiny swapping and whatnot came in. Okay, great. I'm not concerned with any of that. They wouldn't be having to bribe people over greed, jealousy, and envy with all of this nonsense if it wasn't a personal issue that they're running into. They're having personal issues. I can't do anything about their personal issues. Has nothing to do with me. However, it is nice to see that a lot of the views